Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi semua pada follower page Harimau Melayu. Hari ini eksklusif saya bawakan untuk anda sekali lagi. Kita bersama dengan, saya baru dapat tahu dia the first player Portugal yang beraksi untuk Malaysia Super League dan kini beraksi untuk Sabah FC. Kita ada Telmo Castanheira. How are you, Telmo? You good?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for your time. Really appreciate for this interview. So my first question is, I think for this week, you start for the training, right, for Sabah FC. Before this, during the off season, what you doing actually? Maybe you can tell a bit.
Sure. This time was a bit different than usual because it's kind of our second pre-season because we had one pre-season for the AFC Cup. Then we went to Australia. We lost, unfortunately, and then we had another break, and now we're starting again. So in the break we do some light work just to maintain a bit the fitness, but now we go again for a pre-season.
Okay, I think if I'm not mistaken, 2023 your first year play in Malaysia League, right? So before this, you play in only Portugal and Iceland.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
what's the main point actually? You come to play in Malaysia, you accept for the offer.
Yes, so before I like you said, I only played in Europe, and when I had this opportunity to come to Asia, to Malaysia, was a big challenge, and I'm always up to challenge myself to new things, and I always want to try to play in Asia. And so far, I'm loving it, the football, the culture, and I'm really enjoying.
So before you come to Malaysia, you know about Malaysia actually? Malaysia League, Sabah.
I know about Malaysia, of course, but I didn't know specifically about the Malaysia League. I didn't follow, but about Malaysia for sure, as a country for sure.
Okay, I think after 1 year you play in Malaysia League. So what you can comment and describe about Malaysia League actually for about the environment, about the fan, about the culture.
Sure. Malaysia League, the fans are very passionate. That makes the league very interesting and enjoyable to play. There's many games with a lot of fans that you don't even see that in some good leagues in Europe, for example. I can tell you about my country specifically, like Portugal, don't have this passion from the fans to go to the stadium, unfortunately. And so it's something really positive in Malaysia football, I think. The stadiums always with a lot of fans and everything. The football, of course, there's a lot of difference from Europe football, a lot of difference. But after you adapt, you still enjoy the game, and it's always football.
Okay, how about your relationship and work with your coach Dato' Ong Kisui? Maybe you can describe.
Sure. So first of all, with the coach, I'm really grateful because he was the person that gave me the opportunity to come here. He's the person that believed in my quality to come and help the team. So of course I'm grateful, and I try to show that every training, every game, and we have a good professional relation. And he's a strong leader. Everyone in the team respects him a lot, and he's a coach that always try to provide the best facilities to the players, so we players just do our job inside the pitch.
How about the character? Because there's so many fans watch. He's but a serious person, right?
Good person, easy to work with, demand a lot from the players for sure, in the trainings and everything, but also give a lot to the players, so you always need to work hard. If you work hard and do everything he wants, and or you try to do everything he wants, he also give you back, and players like that, of course.
Okay, after 1 year you play in Malaysia League. So what's maybe the difference between Europe you play in and Malaysia League? What you think about it?
So it's there's a big difference regarding some facilities, for example, even the grass is different,
Yes.
and that's something that you need to adapt because it changed a lot of the game style and everything. The type of football is very different. In Europe, there's much more tactically a football that you need to think more. Here is more, I would say, more intense because it's a lot of transition game, win the ball, run, lose the ball, have to run back, defend is more faster. So it's different football, but there's always adaptation to do. So everywhere is different the football, but it's still football.
So you play in midfield, right? So what's your best position? Maybe number 10 or number 8?
Uh, I would say, of course, I'm always ready to play wherever the coach want. I can play, for example, in Iceland, I even play a bit deeper as a defensive midfielder or eight, position eight. In Portugal, I used to play position eight, also defensive midfielder, and here I'm playing position eight or sometimes even 10. So it's okay.
I think during the 1 year you play in Malaysia League, who's the tough opponent you face in Malaysia? The import one and the local Malaysia player.
Malaysia League have good players, good talent. Of course, it's easy to say some names. For example, in Johor, because Johor have the strongest team by far. So all the players that I could name, like the local player Arif, or in Selangor also Faisal. There's many good players, but if I would say local players, I would and import, I would always choose Sabah players as the best players, my teammates. So yeah, but there's a lot of talent players. I would not like to be individualizing and saying names because I would be unfair for so many good players.
When you see about the local player, Malaysia player, do you think that Malaysia player have a chance to play abroad maybe one day?
Of course, why not? The potential is there. The football is growing. You can see by Johor what they are doing. That means something. So the league will follow eventually, maybe a little bit slower than Johor, but every club will try to step up. You can see the campaign we did in AFC Cup last year. KL also did a good campaign before. That shows that the level in Malaysia is growing step by step, and if the local players believe and work hard and believe themselves, they can do whatever they want. Everything is possible in football.
So I think you still have contract with Sabah, two more, I think one more years, one more season.
This season.
This season, okay. So after 1 year you play with Sabah. So any offer you get abroad or Malaysia team, and why you choose to stay in Sabah for this season?
Yes, so I had a contract. I had this year contract already. So of course, that's a normal thing in football. There are possibilities to happen and other opportunities. But I was happy in Sabah, and I already knew I want to stay one more year. So that was my main focus. Even if there's other possibilities, I was not focused on that. My will is to stay in Sabah, so I'm happy to stay here, do this season, help the club, and then we see the future what have for us.
The earliest you said you have two preseason, right? So after the finish and then after another preseason for the AFC Cup, do you think that when the league is break, so it's hard for you and the team to get a match fitness during the AFC Cup versus I think the Australian team?
No doubt, 100%, totally agree with that because so we played against a strong team, against Australian team MacArthur in their home while they are in competition, they are in the peak form, the peak moment, and we are just coming from holidays, from a break. We had like 3 weeks of pre-season or 4 weeks of hard pre-season. We did our best to get fitness, but of course it's not the same as being in the middle of the season. And we didn't have the pre-season games. Other teams were not competing here, so it was tough. And I think that was an important factor for us to don't compete in our best level, because I think our team would have something to say if we would be more fit.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, before this you play for Portugal Under 70, right? So I think two biggest name in your team that time, right now is William Carvalho, play in Real Betis. So and then Sergio Oliveira play for Galatasaray. Maybe you can share a bit the experience you play with them right now. Then them as one of the star right in the Europe.
Yes. So yes, they are fantastic players. I played with some really good players. I played against also some fantastic players in Portugal and in the national team against Spain and everything. So it's always good when you work with quality players around you. You feel good. Your level also go higher. But yeah, it's just football, you know. When you are there, you are not thinking on that. I'm happy for their careers, especially for example Sergio. There is a really close Sergio Oliveira is a really close friend. We played together in the youth in Porto always, so it's a close friend. I'm most important. I'm happy with their careers. Happy they are enjoying football at the highest level. But yeah, when I'm there playing with them, training with them, I'm not thinking. I just enjoy the experience, of course.
Because you are from Portugal, right? So one of my biggest ideal is Cristiano Ronaldo. So maybe how big influence I want to know how big influence CR7 in your country, Portugal.
I think it's okay to say that he's a huge influence around the world already, not only in Portugal, but around the world. Of course, for Portugal, he's like we used to say our biggest flag to go around the country, the world. Wherever we go, if I say I'm Portuguese, they say, "Oh, Ronaldo." So it's all the countries should be proud, even if some people sometimes criticize, because football have this side that people always have something to criticize. But it's just good to see someone from our country to go around the world and give such a good example of what a professional should be. I think he changed a lot the mentality that a football player should have. I think he's the the biggest or one of the biggest examples all the young players should have in their mind, that mindset that you can have the talent or not, but the work what you have to do inside the pitch, outside of the pitch, that only depends on you. That's what you control, and Ronaldo in that is the biggest example people should have. So it's someone that Portugal should and is really proud to have.
Yeah. So maybe my last question is what's your words to Malaysia fan and Sabah fan that's always support you?
Uh, the it's just a big thank you for the way you receive me in this beautiful country. I'm so happy to be here. The people I met here during this journey was fantastic. I'm in love with the country. I'm in love with the Sabah FC, with this island. I love to live here. So I want to say thank you everyone for the support. To the Malaysia fans, thank you. To Sabah fans, thank you, and I'll see you this season. Hopefully they come and support us, because in Liga Stadium is always a big amount of fans to support us, and that is really important for us. And hopefully they come and even stronger this season, and say that we're gonna do everything to do a good season again. So that's it.
You already tried the Malaysian food?
Yes, of course, of course.
Or what the Malaysian food you try?
No, the nasi lemak and more the basic stuff. I like it, just a bit spicy for me, but it's good food. No, I love this country. Have been a fantastic experience, honestly.
Okay, Telmo, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate. I hope I wish you all the best for this season, and I hope I can see you face to face for the when the league start.
Sure.